Good evening. This is Josh Castle, the Dungeon Master. Welcome to our game as we adventure into the land of Mallarend, or the normal races of D&D if not tread for generations, a place of mysterious origin, inhabited by a beast folk, who are as varied and numerous as the animals they resemble. This story is about a group of these people. We join them as they find their path in the chaos of war, as predators collide for survival and conquest. Will our heroes become another meal or casualties of war, or will they answer the call of the Beastlands? Remember to follow us on social media and Discord, as well as YouTube. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Jody, can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean,
Can you say something? Oh, okay. See, I was muted this whole time, and I thought I was being responsive, and I even said hi to Les when he popped in, and I was asking if Toady had finished his repairs, and I muted the whole time. So anyway, CITES, yes, that is great stuff. You are quite an asset. Anyway, since we're all together, I think it's time for our beginning rituals.
Did you say I was massive?
A massive asset.
Oh, well, I am kind of large. Okay, never mind.
Anyway,
Play music.
welcome back to the Beastlands. My name is Josh Castle, and I am your Dungeon Master. These are my wonderful friends and compatriots and players. We have Ascites, the Bobcat, Turtle, the Opossum, Lesk, the Goatman, Todier, the ninja-like Mantis, along with a couple of companions who aren't currently here today. As they finished a cryptic puzzle of sorts, a test to some unknown end, something involving Balder, the dead god. They returned to the encampment. Oh, okay. Love you, buddy. Anyway, they returned to the mercenary outpost along the Thorn Wall, only to find that it had been recently attacked, and their once ally Alagos, or whatever his name is, had escaped with the help of some of his local compatriots, or his racial compatriots. The party receiving a just reward for their efforts from Duskin, the Bearfolk General, have moved on to Salmons-Run. We left off on the road, cresting over the hill. You see a town that is built on a river, both sides of it sprawling with industry and bustle. There is some cobbled walls that only go up to about chest height in what looks like 5 layers around the community, but it is not heavily walled and guarded like you might have expected. Those of you who have been here before would know that it is because the defenders require it for their tactics, and hunkering behind the walls of a well-defended city is just not the style of the Bearfolk soldiers and berserkers. But, well, let's see what the party wants to do. You're still about a half mile out, just up the road. It's in a valley, you're on a hill.
So this is Salmons-Run.
It is Salmons-Run. Yes.
Oh, we made it.
Yeah.
Do you want me
What
to?
happened here again?
Do you want? Uh. Do you want me to?
Are we here for the granaries?
Do you want me to? Try to make a contact and set up an audience.
Leave that
What?
after we enter the city.
Do you want to? You want to gather information about giantess or Alagos or something else? You owe me arrows, possum boy.
I do.
600 arrows.
Yeah. What should we do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Oh no, that's what should we do?
I think we should leave that business for after we enter the city. It's been a long road getting to here. We should first enter the city, settle down, buy some more provisions.
Should we frolic and sing songs on the way?
No,
If you'd like.
you can.
It's optional. The terrible howling begins as what Saites no doubt considers his great singing voice echoes along the road. You pass by several other travelers of varying races, primarily bear folk and burling, and you pass by the first checkpoint. There stands a group of bearfolk guards. Some of them are wearing medium armor with hammers as a primary weapon, it seems. Others are only wearing clothing below the waist and don't seem to be carrying weapons at all, although most of them are sporting some sort of paint in markings across their fur.
He thinks it's wise to report the attack on the road. I've got to take care of my little groundhog buddy.
Yes, I try and call one of the guards over once it gets like close to our turn to be inspected. And
But don't tell him I have the groundhog buddy.
I don't see why not.
He's sleeping.
That detail, maybe.
Don't wake him up. He sleeps.
I suppose. Anyway, I try and call one of the guards over. Excuse me. On the way here, we passed by a gruesome scene. Some other travelers ambushed, basically torn apart.
You see looks of alarm on their face, and they start asking you about specifics of location and specifics of the scenario, whatever you saw.
Virgil, you have the map. Can you show them where it was when we passed by?
Turtle?
What?
Not Dirk.
Oh, Lesk was asking if you could whip out a map.
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking to the guard. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, so you point out where the incident took place, and they start murmuring amongst themselves, and says, well, Thank you, citizen. It's probably good you didn't follow them in. We've had a real gnoll problem in the area lately. We'll let the captain know and see if something can be done. Our patrols are spread thin, so... Is there a sign of any survivors?
No. Sadly not.
Just one.
Very well. It'll likely be low on the... Did you say one?
Just one.
Oh, that's exciting. He kind of looks at Les confusedly. I thought you said there were no survivors.
I lean into Possum Boy's ear and say, I'm going to throw you in the fire.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you said.
Well, are they unharmed?
They're fine. We were escorting them into the city. And I, reluctantly show them to the back where they had been sleeping.
A young one. He kind of just takes off his hat. For the record, I need your names and business. And he whips out a scroll.
My name is Jonathan.
All right, Jonathan, what is your business?
I kind of keep these guys out of trouble. Sort of, maybe. No, yes.
Vagrant? All right.
I'm a scout.
Oh, all right. He crosses out something and writes in something else. So gotcha. What about you? And he kind of vaguely points in everyone else's direction.
My name is Lesk. I am a cleric of Thor.
Oh, a holy man. Interesting. You might check out the Temple of the Gods while you're here. It was established this year. It's a pretty new building. Anyway, Lesk, priest. What about you two? And he points at Dirk and Dirtle.
My name is Dirk. I'm Turtle. We are goblins, and we come to find treasure. And pretty girls. Shut up, Turtle. Oh, sorry, Dirk.
Okay, Dirk and Dirtle, vagrants. Gotcha. And you in the back there. And he points at Toady.
I'm Toady from the...
What's your name in business?
I'm Toady from the... I'm a monk from the bamboo forest, and I'm with all these... creatures. They make me money, so I follow them.
We're somewhat of a mercenary group. I suppose you could consider us. We take on jobs if people are willing to pay.
Oh, well, you should have just said so. He kind of fishes out a pamphlet from his bag, and he says, you should go and check out the guild.
What?
They're always looking for travelers to have be able to get to exotic areas and find exotic materials for their clients.
That sounds exotic.
Yes. And he hands you this piece of paper, and it's got a shield that is backed by countless weapons. Some you are familiar with, some you're not. And below it is the this and that.
Thank you for the recommendation. We'll be sure to take a look when we have time.
Indeed. And he makes another further note in his scroll, and he says, well, good day, citizens.
Good day to you.
I trust that you restrict yourselves to decent behavior. We do uphold general law. And I will not, we will not stand for any troublemakers.
Is that law subjective, or is there an objective standard in this city?
Would you... Okay, out of character here. Do you want me to come up and print a list of laws, or can we
No.
agree that there's certain ways you're expected to act in a fantasy setting?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Are these laws interpretive to the individual, or is there a set code?
It's more of a code.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there are rules and licenses for certain things, but the Bear King's rule is more about prosperity and safety than domineering and control.
I'll have to use these laws in the wild. How dare you attack me? I'm just a weary traveler.
Right? How dare you break the code? It's unwritten. How could you break it? No, so you find your way in. It is quite a prosperous little town. I mean, it's like a small city. You figure the population here must be at least 10,000.
As we travel through the streets, I want to check for the thieves' cant on any of the walls or the buildings.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check, and I'll get back to that later.
Oh. Come here.
Anyway, it's sprawling. The roads don't all go straight, and take turns at unexpected angles and continue on. But the main shipping lanes are quite wide and accessible to larger carts like yours, and you are now seeing that some of the more common carts that are traveling around are being pulled by large oxen of a certain breed that you're not, well, some of you may be familiar with. They've been bred for service and are more tame than most bulls, and are sometimes used as beasts of burden or even ridden in cavalry. These bulls, battle cattle, if you will.
You mentioned this. There's a river. Does it have boat traffic as well, or is it all land based?
No,
As far
it
as
definitely has boat traffic, and the bridges that cross it are tall and wide and supported with heavy steel beams. And you're seeing a lot more metal here than you would normally see likely in anywhere else that you've been. Even, well, perhaps with the exception of Lesk.
Would the river hold up to a? I guess I'm asking how big of a boat would the river hold, like a galley, or a sailboat, or a keelboat, or massive schooner?
It looks pretty deep and it looks pretty wide. It's easily 200 feet wide. I'm not sure what class of boat would fit in that, but they do have regular boat traffic coming up and down with ox teams pulling boats upriver, you know. But in that respect, most of this city's wealth does seem to come from the river itself, whether it be the bounty of fish that they pull from it, or the trade that comes up and down it. You see, this river comes up from the mountains, comes from the mountains to the southwest, and travels all the way to the coast to the northeast. It's okay. I forgive you this time.
Water flows uphill in this place.
Sometimes it does.
Okay.
We've had dungeons that do that.
Yep. Don't test me. I will bend and break the laws of physics. Out of spite. Pure spite. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Anyway. I was going through the description of this town. On one bank of the river, on the western side of it, is dominated by a fortress, and this is fully enclosed wall defensive territory made of stone and metal. And it looks like that's probably the main military outpost, and you figure the keep of the Duke is probably in there somewhere. But there are sprawling neighborhoods and districts, including many larger buildings that look to be doing many different industries. It's a bustling city, is what I'm getting at. There is nearby a beggar with a bird mask on, and he's just draped in rags. And he says, "I'll tell your fortune for 2 copper."
If he's wearing a bird mask, what kind of animal is he?
Well, you can't really tell. He's pretty well covered up. He does have a full face mask and is draped over in rags.
Typical disguise it is. Watcher, he may be. Newcomers, go to him. Newcomers, go to him. And he tells all he sees, who comes, who goes. He remembers. Be careful.
2 copper for your fortune. He shakes a can.
I can tell you exactly what's going to happen, but if I tell you your future, you owe me 2 copper coins.
A gamble?
Yes.
Okay. A gamble it is. He pulls out a deck of cards, and you can see his forearms are red with fur, and he starts shuffling them.
But wait, I didn't even tell you what my fortune is for you.
But I go first. It is my game.
No, I've got to go first, and then I'll follow after. You can say whatever.
You don't want to know what your future is, buddy?
Oh, I do, but I have to predict your future first before you can predict mine.
You're just sitting here arguing with a bum.
I predict.
All right, what are you trying to tell me?
I predict in your future that you will receive 2 copper coins. And I hand him 2 copper coins.
Very well, I guess they're yours. And he slides them back.
That's one way of telling someone's future.
His hands move rapidly, and the deck cycles faster and faster, and then he stops and he cuts the deck. And he says, draw a card.
Okay, I choose this one.
Just a second. I have a deck. Would you like to draw from the deck? Does it appear on your screen?
I don't see anything.
Drag.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I'm still seeing the map world. The world map.
Damn it. You know, I prepped this and everything.
How do you print these? Do you have a magic publisher somewhere nearby?
Hold on, don't fuck with me.
Alright, now it's a race. I'm gonna run and grab a deck of cards and shuffle it, and then we'll see.
Oh my goodness.
What did you say, Jacob?
He said nothing.
He said he was going to grab a deck of cards and shuffle it.
Oh, are you committed to that? Is that something you're actually doing, or are you joking?
I think he'd have to go get a deck of cards.
Yeah, I think he's doing it already.
Oh, he's literally getting a deck of cards.
He's quite legit getting a deck of cards.
Guys, I think this guy's legit. It's like an out-of-world experience.
Yeah, it's a split dominions here.
Oh, I see a card.
What is it?
It just says 1.
You have to...
Deck of many things.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what that card is?
Cards in hand, I have none.
You have 1 on my screen.
Well, it shows 1. Oh, Castle wants to share a card. Oh, Castle wants to steal this card. What?
I don't know how this stupid deck is supposed to work.
Okay.
Bobcat wants to set Possum on fire.
Well, it says I have the deck, but then it won't let me open the deck. Is this a new feature in Roll20?
It is perhaps an outdated feature in Roll20.
Huh.
Oh, there it is. Players can draw cards. Save changes.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Why don't you go ahead and tell me what your card is?
Wait. Bro, that's what I just did. Why is it? Drag to deal. I don't understand. I'm clicking it, but nothing's happening.
No, you're supposed
I
to
can
draw
give
it.
cards to people.
It just doesn't say what the name is. That's bullshit. Played facing... I have 2 cards.
I don't understand, unless if there's another screen I'm supposed to see. Huh. Oh. Playing cards. Show. Oh, hey, okay.
On your screen, is there the little card with the 2 on it? Because I just opened it and I can steal your cards. Maybe you can open them there?
I should have just recalled all of them.
Sure. I don't know how to see.
Apparently, this isn't going to work the way that I want it. Okay.
Your cards interest me. Are you telling me my future is uncertain?
Hold on. I actually have to physically grab a deck of cards.
I have a deck of cards in my hand, Castle. Would you like me to draw one?
Alright, so I need...
Oh, wrong button.
a specific number of these cards. And they have to be specific ones, which is the problem.
I have normal cards.
So, I'm going to post this in chat.
Should we take a quick break while we try and figure this out?
Sure, go ahead and step away for a second. Jacob, these are the cards that you need.
Oh god, okay.
This was supposed to be a lot more cinematic. Like, you were just going to draw a card and it was going to do a thing. And now I have to do, like, a bunch of shit.
So, Joker, Jack of Spades.
Damn this faulty programming. Somebody should complain to Roll20.
Would you like me to play some ominous music?
Yes. I think we're taking a break, though. Like,
Okay.
We'll give it 15 minutes.
Okay.
Just shuffle that. A beggar just had them draw a card, yeah. A beggar had them draw a card. Dirtle.
Oh. Well,
You have drawn the King of Diamonds. It is the Sun. This is the Sun card. It is right over there.
what? Are you pointing to the sun?
No, I was talking to my friend.
I was like, my eyes!
The Sun. You gain 50,000 experience in a wondrous item. Appears in your hands.
What?
You know, I really wanted to ask if it was what I was thinking. Oh.
Oh my goodness! What was
What are you
that?
looking for? Give me a wondrous item. Okay, cool. You want it. Alright, so I really can't accurately depict this scene until I know what my item is, and... Oh, I got it. A flood of warmth and power seems to overwhelm your body, and you collapse. Your vision goes dark as the laughter of the beggar echoes throughout the side street that you're on. You gain a level.
about the rest of my party?
Not them.
Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm now the new leader. Is it, like, for real?
For real.
Oh my
Like-
goodness.
Can I do this, or...
Is this against the laws that you were talking about, God? Wait,
Yeah,
so I also get
on
an
those
item?
tables that you passed back here. Yeah, hold off on that.
Oh, okay.
So Dirtle blacks out and passes out, and the form of the vagrant is just sitting there, laughing uncontrollably. How does the party react?
As soon as Dirtle drops, I go to catch him. And at first, I'm just gonna kind of like, Dirtle? Is this one of your pranks again? You just not like
Is he
the
not
fate?
dead? Kick him in the shin.
Dirtle? What did you do to Dirtle? What did you do to Dirtle?
You hold on a second. We'll do that one. Thank you, buddy. So you went up and touched the vagrant? Or are you just yelling at him?
I'd probably...
Your hands pass through the illusion. The laughter does not cease immediately, even though the form of the beggar wavers and disappears. Seems to be sourceless, and then it disappears slowly.
Please tell me we're not meeting him again.
I don't know. It seemed to be gone. Whatever this creature was, he clearly has an insane purpose and is nowhere to be seen anymore.
Did his deck of cards disappear with him?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
In your hand when you wake up, Turtle, there is a lock. A circular lock of exceptional quality.
Is it locked?
It is locked, but it has the key sticking out of it.
I don't know if I should open this.
Dirtle, do you know what happened when you grabbed that card? Just blacked out.
Yeah, look at these pecs right here. I'm swole, and my biceps are ripped. I feel stronger than ever. The possums are back in town, boys.
I mean, I think you grew an extra toenail, but
What?
You know what?
Oh, where did that come from? So, I
Yeah, so
really
the
don't
lock
know.
is a lock of trickery. It is just magically hard to pick. It adjusts to thwart burglars.
So, actually, so it's just a lock and a key.
Yeah.
That's it.
It is magical, but yes.
Heck yeah. Okay. Is this in the item list for Roll20?
Probably. Called the Lock of Trickery.
There it is.
So in the aftermath of that event, what do you guys want to do? Or react, however you want.
I'm still looking for the thieves' cant on the walls of the building.
Well, yeah, how did that perception check go for you?
19.
19. Yeah. You haven't spotted anything quite yet.
So you want me to put out the word for the giantess, Alagos, or something else? Me told yous. Don't talk to the beggar. He's a watcher. He sees. Now they know we here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just got a really cool gift.
Cool gifts are not so cool.
You don't get it. We can now lock the rhinos with the cage.
Yay.
But I have another use for this. Because I know how to abuse what the voice in the sky gives me.
Good
You
man.
owe me. You still owe me arrows, awesome boy.
That's true. If you find me a
600.
bookstore, that'd be good.
I'll put the word out for books.
I'll just kind of go with Turtle. I guess if he's gonna go to a bookstore, I'm just gonna browse around with him. But I really don't have anything in particular to look for. Yes.
I'm gonna disappear and try to find my contacts.
And I will. Is there a spot for our rhinos to stay? I suppose we need something of either like an inn or a stable. So I'll try and find a place where we can keep our cart and everything.
I'm gonna look for a furniture store.
And after that, I will go to the church.
I want to try to find furniture for our carriage. Like, could we put beds in there? And make it like a mobile inn?
Could be a good idea.
I don't hear him anymore.
Our god has
I think
died.
He's mute. Guys,
Sorry,
we should make
guys.
a movie about
Back in
this.
Damn it. I hate it when I forget to unmute. But, I was commenting on how I couldn't quite make out what Toady was saying. I did hear furniture.
He said he wanted to know if we could put furniture in our cart, things like beds, maybe make it a mobile inn.
Yes. Yes, you could. It would restrict how much storage you could fit in it, but you could make it into, like a travel trailer.
I mean, you're really making me question
Think
how
like-
much stuff we need to bring around with us.
I don't know. You never really know. Right now, it's just a giant-sized wagon. You could turn it into, like, a Winnebago.
Can I use my campcraft to take fabric and make a stack of hammocks, essentially?
Hey.
And limit
Make
this-
what?
A stack of hammocks, so like one hammock above the other,
Oh.
above the other.
Yes, you could. Would you like to buy some cloth?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a cheaper option, and it's going to give us the most area left over for storage and movement of items.
All right, cool. So you go and seek out a general store to buy supplies. We'll get back to you. I heard a bunch of stuff. Let's go with Lesk's first.
I was pretty much saying I wanted to make sure we had a place to stay and put our rhinos, and I also wanted to go to the church.
All right, well, there is a luxurious animal inn, I guess I would say. It seems like in this region they take high priority on the comfort of animals. And it's going to cost you 5 gold a night to house each rhino. But that comes with full service, and they it seems like they're fully equipped in ways you wouldn't expect. Like, it's kind of like a dog hotel, you know? Where, yeah. They got, like, cabins and stuff that are their size for sleeping, all the food they can eat kind of shit.
I will give them 30 gold, and we'll start with 6 days while we figure out our next plan of action.
Sorry, that's 2 days?
Isn't it 5 gold?
Per rhino.
Per rhino. Oh, right. I will give them 60 gold then. And that'll give us
Very
4
well.
days.
Very well. As for lodgings, there is a number of hotels or inns, and even some like bunk spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Like nightly rentals, and things like that. But what kind of a place are you looking for? Like, as far as scenery?
Probably the night rentals might be the best because we might not always be in town regularly.
Okay. Alright, give me an investigation check. Cool. You find an elderly bear lady who is trying to rent out her children's old rooms. There are two of them, and she's willing to part with them for. She'll get put it up for 5 gold a week for the two of them, which is a steal.
That sounds like a great deal to me. I will give her the 5 gold.
And we'll move on to the temple after we do the rounds. Up next, let's do ascites. You slip off from the party and you travel your back streets and alleys, trying to find signs of activity from the local thieves guild. But it doesn't seem like there's any markings being made on the surface right now. And you wonder why. But you know where your contact likes to hang out, at a seedy little bar by the docks. And you go to approach the area. The hatchery, as it's called, sits a little dilapidated. It looks like they have had several fights, and maybe they haven't had the time or the energy to fix all of the damage. But this is familiar to you. You go in and you see the bartender, and some familiar faces, although it's not polite in your line of business to stare. And you go and you sit down in your customary place. When the bartender comes over, you say the passphrase, and he brings you a drink. And soon later, your contact arrives. Now, before I do this, did you have a contact written up, or can I continue just making one up?
Well, there are some prefabricated contacts in certain towns. I've never been to Salmons-Run before, so this would be someone who's a friend of a friend, whose best friend's brother's girlfriend's cousin knows, that type of thing.
Yeah, no, it's a one-eyed burrowing, and his hairdo is kind of crested into a faux hawk. And he approaches your table and he says, "You must be Mel's friend. I've been expecting you."
Mel,
Thank you.
Mel couldn't make it. He wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah, go figure. A knife to the chest will do that, you know. He kind of chuckles with you.
Yeah. We all know that. Looking for some information. Maybe you can help me out.
Well, I got ears, and I got eyes. What it might cost you? What are you looking to find out?
Cost is no object. Cost is no object. Two things we're looking for. We're looking for, there was an attack on the encampment a day and a half, maybe 2 days ago. And the Vespids and the Tulahooties, I don't know what they are. weird-looking things. But anyway,
The
friend of
Tuscany?
ours, Tuscany. Yeah, that's it, Tuscany. Friend of ours may have been taken away. We're looking for information on that. Whereabouts they would take him. And the other thing, um, you may want to keep this one a little quieter. But I need some information on the giantess who was so angry at Balder. If we know where she is or her descendant, it would be most beneficial to your pocketbook.
Giantess, huh? So, well, I guess my first question would be, who is Balder?
You sure you Mel's friend? I put my hand on my dagger.
Yeah, I'm Mel's friend.
Where was he born?
I don't know. Mel was a selfish asshole. Never talked about himself.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah.
Well, if I can see it, where is it? Well, this is going to stink. This is going to be ridiculous. Yep.
You know,
ridiculous.
a fella in his position is kind of hard to read.
Yep.
But he says, you know, this is my home. I should really be asking you if you're really Mel's friend.
Intimidate.
Now, I don't know you like that. Why don't you take your hand off your dagger before my friend behind you fills you with a crossbow bolt?
I want to intimidate.
Okay, how?
I'll tell him before you can get the crossbow bolt out of the crossbow, I will have killed you and your friend. You not know Mel. Now you speak truth, or you both die, including the one in the corner. I see everything. Intimidation check.
I mean, go ahead for shits and giggles, but... Alright, so he gets this kind of look of respect in his eye. But he says, I kind of like your swagger, young cat. But don't come into my house telling me about my business. Now, Mal made a mistake and he's dead. God rest his soul. But you're a fool if you think there's only one crossbow on you. Now, do we want to do business like gentlemen, or do we want to just get the hell out of my bar?
The question is, you kill me, no gold for your purse. Do you want to do business? 'Cause I'm very good at what I do.
Are you threatening me?
No, we never threaten. We never threaten. We make promises. But come, my friend, enough of this. I need information. You get it. I give you gold. I give you rubies, you name price. Depends, though, what I'm willing to pay. I not pay so much for nothing. You give good information. Yes, good information. And with good information, come good reward. But I will say this. We have 9 lives.
Ah, you cats all think you're so tough. You know, my ancestors were prey animals. They, had to run and hide and dig to get away from all you folks with your sharp teeth and sharp claws. But Groundhogs are never alone. It's a family business. If I topple, it's not that big of a deal to me. I am only trying to improve the family. But don't underestimate the power invested in family. Don't walk in here and talk to one of my brothers the way that you talk to me. And a look in his eye tells you that he's deadly serious. I just wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
His demeanor changes, and he lights up with a smile. He says, well, on the bright side, there is a group of giants that raided a village nearby a couple years ago. From what I know about them, they shouldn't be that far. I could probably put an ear to the ground for you. I'll figure it out. I don't know about your particular giantess, but hey, maybe it's a start.
Did you say this guy was a groundhog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit shorter even than
Okay.
you.
Okay.
He
Okay.
does
okay.
look a little bulky for his size, and he looks like he's seen many fights, probably street fights. You know, he's a thug.
Yeah. Okay.
But basically what he was hinting at, and you'd be aware of this, is that if something happened to him under the pretense of business, that his family would probably hunt you down. It's a pretty common,
right.
kind of thing.
Oh,
I was wondering
you.
where you were going with the intimidation tactics against the Thieves Guild. Like they're going to take your shit.
I'm not done yet.
Oh,
I've still got one more turn to go here. All right.
Oh, no, he's not done, though. He's saying, as for your other request, we haven't gotten news from the border yet about the incident that you described, but I've got some scouts. We could ask around for sightings, and I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky. If they turn up, I could hear about it. Yeah, please.
One more thing.
Thank you.
One more thing. You say your family. I know your family. In fact, used to work for your cousin. Did job long time ago. But
which cousin?
Because your family treat me well. We means no disrespect. But I bring to you a little one we found along the way. Ambushed they were. Only survivor. I cannot care for such a one in my line of work. I cannot take care of a precious one, though protect him with my life. I have. Keep him safe.
What?
Bring him back to your family.
Where did you say you found him?
On the road, caravan was ambushed.
Which way?
To the east of here, I believe. Knolls.
He's got kind of... He's pretty hard to read, but he says, show me this kid.
I'll be back in 1 hour.
I think it's more prudent that we do it now. Do you mind if I go with you?
You follow me. I don't know where my friends went. We split up. I come here looking for information. We go find them. You come with me. It's okay. We don't.
And he kind of motions to a few guys and he says, come on. And a trio of wolves step up from the counter and they back up to him, or they step behind him and they keep a respectful distance. And they look all pretty rough around the edges as well, wearing no more than light armor and light weaponry, but scarred and of the trade. And they take off with you. Now, we'll go ahead and move on to Dirk and Dirtle. Dirk and Dirtle, what were you doing?
We're going to the bookstore.
You were going to the bookstore. That's beautiful. There's a few bookstores in separate parts of town.
Well, which one you want to go to, Turtle?
This is not talking to Dirk. Is there any way that we can tell somewhat of a difference of what might seem like are worth going into?
Depends on what you're looking for. If you told me what you were looking for before pelting me with questions, then I could help you out more.
We're looking for books on historical events, or religious deities, or how to build bombs.
Okay, so nonfiction.
Yes.
You go up to a shop that is labeled Eric's Encyclopedias.
Yes.
Yes.
Dirk, I found it. The Encyclopedias. We should go in.
Yeah, that's great. He does sell a good selection, not like an unbelievable selection, but a good selection of factual texts, histories, and some like traveler authors that write on, esoteric subjects and whatnot.
Sweet.
Hello, I am Eric.
Hello there.
It's a moose.
You're Eric of Encyclopedias?
Encyclopedias?
Yes, that's what I said. Encyclopedias.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Encyclopedia.
We're looking for some
He
very
takes off his
rare
glasses.
varieties.
Indeed. Well, tell me about them. I don't have all day.
Okay, sorry. So we're looking for a couple different types of books, most of them dealing with historical events.
Okay.
Dirk, what's the name of that bear god thing?
You mean Odin?
Odin. Do you have any books on the history of Odin or Balder?
Those are those gods everyone's following these days, right? Well, I don't know if I know about Balder. Honestly, I don't keep a lot of religious texts. The local church gets their hands on it. They have first dibs. You may just check in with them. Maybe you just need a priest.
Are they followers of Odin?
It is a pantheonic church, so there are various followers of the different gods that reside there with their own altars.
Okay. We'll check that next. Book number 2, we are looking for a history of the holidays of the Beastlands. Do you have such a book?
Yeah, I sure do.
Oh my.
Including family favorites like Fishmas.
Yes.
Oh, we should have did Fishmas.
Oh, there's Fishmas. That's happening now.
Dang it. Well,
that is a annual Bearfolk holiday.
I did not get to post it yet, but we did give 5 different holidays celebrated through the Beastlands.
Oh, you did? You should have told me. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Done. But add Fishmas.
Fishmas. Okay.
Doesn't not meet top 5 holidays, but whatever.
Sorry, there's 6 now.
I'll put in a disclaimer in it.
Yeah, it's a local holiday, you know?
Oh my. Okay, so how much for that?
I thought you were going to make me on, live TV to make up 5 holidays. I was like, damn it.
Maybe we should tell them the holidays we came up with?
Yeah, we can do that. Well, we can see if we can find them in this book.
What is in this book?
It doesn't
Go
work
ahead,
that
Dirty
way.
Girl. Tell me what's in the book.
What was...
So
You
our
got the
first day
script?
was Agger Snaz Day.
Oh, I love Agasnaz.
And then the second day was, what was that Russian word for spider?
Poke.
Poke Day. Yes.
It's Russian for spider. Literally, it's a day celebrated by the arachnid community.
But we ain't got Fishmas.
Day 3 is our favorite day. It is...
Oh, the third day is...
That's my favorite day!
I know, right?
I mean, I'm all about... Oh, it's so good.
And especially when
What the fuck?
And you...
Oh, dude.
Guys, you're going to drive our viewers nuts, all 2 of them. They're not saying anything, everybody. It is not our microphones.
That's the name of the holiday.
Audience, everybody, all 2 of them.
Now, this holiday was originated by ghouls. That's why you don't hear anything, because it's in ghoulish language.
I can't remember what the 4th and the 5th day was. You've got the recording.
There is the, it's not voice.
On the first day of Fishmas, my true love gave to me a swordfish in the sea.
Oh, did you send me the script?
You recorded it.
I
I'll
have
give you
to
a
play it.
Fishmas,
I don't remember.
Beaster, and St. Porpoise Day.
There's a day that honors the god, like the overall god of the Beastland, and basically it's a tribute to someone we all know and love, but the tributes never make it to
it was
the
Castle
sky.
Day. It was
Castle Day, that's what it is.
Yeah. Castle Day.
What? I am so touched.
No. What this is, people go to cliffs and they send out doves, but these doves have 5-pound rocks tied to them, so when they throw them off the cliff, instead of them going up to the points in the sky, they fall down to the predators below.
Is this supposed to represent what I do to your characters?
No, we were just thinking.
Like you guys want to soar as characters, and I'm tying rocks to you and throwing you to the wolves?
No, the idea is they think they're giving homage, but really none of their prayers and devotions are making it there.
Castle, you're just a
Out of
rogue.
his compassion and grace, he extends mercy to all the people in the Beastlands. I don't remember the other one, though.
I can't for the life of me remember what the 4th one was anyway.
I don't know. But, yeah, we need a book on that because we're writing a biography. Well, actually, it's a historical piece on the history of the Beastlands.
It's a podcast.
Cool. So, 10 gold.
Sweet. Okay, deal. Okay, and then I've got one more. Actually, 2 more. Sorry. One is, do you have a book about dragons known through the Beastlands and or legends of dragons through the Beastlands?
Well, let me take a look around. And he swings his head, and his massive antlers almost crack Dirtle in the face. And he puts on his glasses, and he goes through his bookshelves, and you notice when he kneels down, his antlers just kind of sit just a half an inch off the top of the bookshelves. And he grabs a couple of books, and he starts cycling through. He says, well, this one kind of details some of the lesser dragon kinds that inhabit the main continent. And let's see, this one talks about ancient forms of giant dragon. They used to wander, although most haven't been seen in a long time. And then this one's about the exploits of the Arcane Wrath, the Destroyer of Mages, and Supreme Overlord of the Beastlands himself. Let's see, those were probably the only helpful ones to you.
Who's the author of that Mage Destroying Dragon book?
Hammond.
Hammond.
Yeah.
I've heard of his works, renowned in the goblin community. I'll buy all 3 of these.
Excellent. That'll be... call it 20.
Okay. And my last book we're looking for, do you have any books on how to build a bomb?
Explosives, that's right. You're a pyromaniac.
No.
Well, instruction manuals are kind of hard to come by. Everyone's got their custom designs, patents for their own work. But there is this book on minor alchemy that might be of use to you. You might have better look checking with an engineer. You know what? Maybe if you went and visited the mine, or one of the mines nearby, you could get one of them to divulge some explosive knowledge to you. I've heard that they use it to blow up large sections of rock.
That is beautiful. Dirk, I'm crying. Could you by chance make arrows that have these said explosives on them?
I mean, I couldn't. I don't know. I sell books.
Well. Oh. By the grace of Odin, it dawned on me. Do you happen to have any kind of skill tome books in this library? Because I'm dying to learn more.
Magic books. I wish. Let me tell you. I could make so much money. I could retire off of 1 or 2 of them.
So you don't have any?
No. No, I do not.
Well, thank you for your wisdom and your
hold
advice.
on, Doodle.
Sorry. Okay, Dirk. What?
I want to get a couple of books.
Okay.
2. I only have 2 that I kind of want.
Well, aren't you cute, little guy? Here, I got a complimentary coloring book just for you. It comes with a box of crayons.
It comes with crayons!
Immediately starts tearing it off and starts coloring the book.
Don't worry about it, little guy. I love kids.
Wait, stay focused. Stay focused. We can color on the road.
Oh, okay.
So Dirk gets up, puts the coloring book in his little pack.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Encyclopedia.
So
the 2 books I'm looking for, in particular, do you have anything on Druids?
On what?
Druids.
Druids. Oh, I mean, yeah, they're littered throughout history. Well, what are you trying to know about druids?
Well, I'm trying to find one in specific. I forgot his name. Dirtle, what was the one druid we helped?
I think his name was Alatax.
He had excellent coloring skills.
No, that wasn't his name.
It's kind of like
name.
A warthog.
Hold on, I'm looking through my notes. His name is Ivor of the Crystal Glade.
The Crystal Glade, huh?
Eivor of the Crystal Glade.
Let's see,
Yeah,
Crystal Blade. The name probably won't be listed in the document or in the documents that I have, but maybe I can find something about the Crystal Glade. And he starts looking around and pulls out a bunch of books before putting them back and shaking his head and almost knocking over things on the walls. A few minutes go by, and you're, getting bored and itching to color in your new book. But he comes back with one. And he says, this is a registry of some of the more common, what's the word I'm looking for? Groves, Druid groves. And it has a good chance of finding the info that you're looking for.
Okay.
All
And,
right. I just give him the money.
And then my second book, I wish to know more about...
Here. I've got an encyclopedia just for you. And he pulls out, an Encyclopedia Britannica of insects.
It's an encyclopedia!
It's big.
Whoa. Doug, how are you going to color all the pages?
What? No, this isn't a colored book.
Yes, it is. You color between the lines.
I mean, if I'm trying to remember something, I guess.
Oh, I forget. You're a very studious goblin.
I like to study.
So how much for the two of these, Mr. Encyclopedia?
Encyclopedia. Well, the big one's going to cost you 30 gold. The one on the Druid Grove is a pretty rare tome. I'd feel comfortable parting with it for another 20.
Okay. I give him 50 gold, and then I take out another 100 and say, thank you so much for your generous help.
You give him another 100 gold?
Yes.
Awesome. He's like, oh, wow, big spenders. Well, like I said, I love kids, so,
I'm not a kid, but thank
we
you.
appreciate the art of fine, delicate artistry of penmanship, and you, Mr. Encyclopedia, are high on our list of devotion.
We should invite him to Agnes Day.
I think we should.
I actually have Amber Fraz Day plans.
Oh, you do? Are you
Yeah.
the one pushing the goat from the cliff top?
I can't wait.
No, it's more of a group effort. Anyway, unless you need to buy something else.
No, thank you for your time and advice.
You don't want to know what Aggersnash Day is.
It probably isn't widely celebrated in the Beastlands, then. What do you guys do?
No, it's a goblin holiday.
Goblins dress up in tuxedos, drinking rotted pumpkin juice called pine.
And the celebration was invented from a man called Quite Dead.
And he fell off a cliff. And
that founded the center of the goblin community at the bottom of the cliff. So every year, there's a goat that pushed off top in memory of it. And every time the goblins say something, they always, like when they sip or laugh, they always have to say the word quite after everything.
Quite.
Quite.
Indeed.
Quite.
So, alright, cool. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Toadier. Toadier, while all this is going on, you make your way over to the general store to buy supplies for your project.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
So you're after
Nails.
materials like hammocks?
Yeah.
Nails?
essentially. I'm looking right now, actually, because I know I have a hammer, but I don't see any.
Well, how many hammocks are you looking for?
There are 6 characters in our party, are there not? Including Polly, who's not here.
Yeah.
I figured her automaton didn't need one.
No, you're right about that. Well, cool. Well, the cloth to make it and the nails don't cost much. You end up spending less than 5 gold altogether. And you would like to try to craft this. So go ahead and give me a dexterity check, since you don't have any kind of tools or anything.
24.
That's a dexterity save.
Oh shit. 21.
21. Well, you skillfully toss the materials into the air, and with a flurry of blows, cut it apart into nice, neat strips. Sew up the edges, and boom, hammocks. You manage to affix them to the walls of the inner part of your large rhino carriage, and suddenly it is a much more welcoming interior. Much more comfortable to rest in, at the very least.
Alright.
Is there anything else you'd like to try to accomplish?
I'm gonna start gathering small logs and soil for the garden on top that we can discuss when everybody comes back from their adventures.
Okay. Yeah, that's like 1 gold, probably.
Oh, I can do
You're
that.
just trying to grow, like, vegetables and shit?
I'm trying to grow, like, yeah, basic small things. I'm not trying to grow a tree up there. But I've been thinking, though, we do have that seed from the Tree of Life. And I'm trying to think of the benefits of having that on the roof.
You're trying to figure out the what? You're kind of robotic again.
The holy willow tree seed. If we plant that on top, I'm wondering what will happen.
Didn't you guys already plant this seed in the grave?
No,
or
but
are you talking about a different seed?
we had 2. And we put 1 with the druid and we kept it.
That's right. That's right. You guys still have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could try to plant that if you like.
I would like. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to the other people. What do you guys think of the fucking willow, the holy willow on top of the carriage? What is that gonna give us benefits, or is it just gonna be a hassle?
For the seed?
Wait,
Like,
what?
Would the holy willow seed, would growing the holy willow on the carriage give us any way it
Oh.
benefit? Like, is it going to give us a magic spell of protection around us? Anything like that?
Yeah, that's possible. Wouldn't the roots like go through the cart?
What if we kept it more like a bonsai tree?
Oh, that's true.
I would like. Is there a way to inspect the seed and see if it will give magical properties as an adult?
I mean, you could try to give me a check, but who knows what you can tell. You can give me like a nature check.
Oh, Castle, I'm in a city. I want to bring it. Is there a person I can bring it to that would actually like know this?
Someone who's really in touch with nature, likely.
Yeah, is there like a druid store?
A druid store? No.
Yeah, okay.
They don't really do that.
Well, yeah, I'll just wait on that and figure out what we can find out about the seed.
Well, you know that young druids, or well, a little bit of questioning will get you the knowledge that you seek. There's some young druids from different druid groves are sent into towns to help with the agriculture and spread awareness of making sure that nature is done right, you know, not disrupting the environment with poor practices in logging and agriculture. So there probably is one that regularly helps out around the farmsteads nearby.
Okay, I'll go look for him.
You gotta go look for him?
Yeah, just go from farmstead to farmstead and see if they have a druid on hand. As weird as that sounds.
Alright. So after you work with the hammocks, you grab some potting soil and some pots, and you're like looking at, your seed. And you're like, man, I wonder if I'm going to destroy the cart with this. I should find out someone who knows. But I want to point out that none of you have saw what the other seed did. That was kind of a cutaway.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm questioning it.
But anyway, you go out and you start looking around for a nature boy. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
16.
16.
Alright. So it takes you a while, and you're asking around, and you're like, Edgar, he comes and goes. I think I saw him yesterday. And a lot of the conversations go something like that with varying results. And we'll come back to you. Tage.
Yes.
You go and seek out the Church of the Pantheon. And it is a largely stone building with a pair of medium-sized oak trees out front. And there is a couple of flocks of ravens that live in the area, and many of them are circling around the building or perched in the trees. The architecture is heavily decorated in elaborate designs of some of the more famous feats of the Pantheon. You recognize your own god Thor in several of them, valiantly depicted wielding lightning and hammer, fighting off frost giants and the like. What would you like to do here?
So if I remember correctly, I used to live close to these lands of the Ursa Kingdom.
Many miles to the south in the mountain range. But yes, in the Ursa Kingdom, technically. There were trade routes that sometimes went between, or in the mountain roads up into your areas full of bear men and their wares, some food goods that they trade with you in exchange for some of the better ores in the mountains.
So, really, up till now, I have not seen many followers of my pantheon.
Outside of your original unit of people. Your family unit or whatever.
So I'm curious as how they conduct themselves. We see they have enough church. I'm also wondering if there's any of my people, possibly, if they've seen them, or if there's a large community of goat folk in a specific town. So I've come to the church looking for information of that sort, and to pray.
Yeah, obviously pay your respects while you're here. So, you go in, and it seems to be a ovular chamber covered with, it's kind of like a mural room, There's not any furniture. It's just depictions of different pieces of Norse mythology on the floors, ceiling, walls, and there are a number of altars in the back. I'm not actually quite sure off the top of my head how many Norse gods there are, but there are that many altars. And there are several doorways without doors that lead into different directions, and you can see that there are different chambers. Some of them, they look to be for different purposes. Ritual chambers, archives, there's even a kitchen.
Very impressive.
There is a number of people coming in and out, paying their respects and praying and making offerings, as well as several... Well, it's interesting because the priests of the Norse pantheon, they don't, they're not these pious, robe-wearing individuals. They're more hands-on and down-to-earth. So they're wearing here plain clothes in practical setups, breeches, shirts. Humble, but practical. And they do have large walking sticks. They're really spears. I guess they serve as some sort of badge of office. They're decorated different ways for ranking.
Very impressive. A bit different to how we used to.
Than your isolated shrines in the mountains?
Yes.
Yeah. Seems to be a little bit more widespread in the area.
It is a form of following nonetheless.
So you want to ask about your people
Mhm.
and see if any of your people have come through. Well, in short, yes. There was a group of your people that came through to the church many months ago. And they were looking for reinforcements and aid to their homeland, which they got in short supply. They did take some more members of the church with them, as well as a couple of units of Ursine guardsmen that they managed to persuade to join them. But no one has heard back from them since.
Very sad news. Where exactly did they say that they were going?
Well, I believe they were trying to retake one of their villages. I don't,
Were there any other mentions of any other groups? Or just the one seeking help and reinforcements?
Well, that's unfortunately all that I heard of. I haven't seen many of your type in quite a while now.
There was what you could say a great disaster. A large dragon and his cult had descended upon our village.
Yes, that much I heard. The Mage Bane, the destroyer of libraries. That brown bastard. He curses. Yep. It happens, though. You know, dragons are a force of nature all on their own. Even back in the days of the gods.
Dragons are quite the power to behold. Would you recommend any towns where I might be able to...
Let's see, what else were you trying to get out of them?
I was going to ask if there was any other towns they might have come to first. To continue my search.
Well, there are a number of dotted villages along the base of the mountain that use it for shelter against some of the harsher winter winds. You might check along there. Many of them might even have a local path up the mountain nearby.
I'll make note of that. Thank you very much.
Can I give you a blessing, my child? I see that you're a follower of Thor.
That I am.
Indeed. May the Storm Lord bless your path. May you find what you seek. May your enemies quake in your presence. Amen.
Merry Christmas.
Don't belittle my gods.
How could he hear me from so far away?
I'm omnipresent.
Thor celebrates Fishmas. Fishmas.
Fish my hearts, fish my hearts.
Is Fishmas
Fishmas was at least a month ago, in the beginning of spring.
Dang it. Dirk, did you get that?
That was the first spring.
We'll have to
Yeah,
visit
beginning
again
of spring.
sometime.
It's when the Salmons-Run. Duh.
We'll
Ah.
have to remember
Right in the
this.
middle of spawning season.
Yep.
A disgusting holiday.
Is it? You don't like fish?
It's cooked.
In the famous words of the singer Skull, I see fish, They're multiplying. Happy Fishmas Day.
Okay.
Where we come from, we celebrate Christmas by eating chicken.
I heard that this one guy named Jesus fed like 12 people with one fish. It was a Fishmas miracle.
Oh my.
Well, what do the gods think of Fishmas? Do they support it?
Is this?
What's her name? The goddess of nature. Fucking.
Fiona?
The short answer is yes.
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 Are you talking about the
The Viking gods were all about claiming the bounty of the land.
You mean Freya?
And yes, and other people's bounties. That was also an option.
Are they about the quicker picker upper?
Bounty. Listen, that's not our corporate sponsor. Don't do that to me.
I wish it was our corporate sponsor.
Sorry, our corporate sponsor is Booty.
I wish that was our corporate sponsor.
Now that's different.
Putting the charmin in our TV.
Put the charmin in your garment.
Somebody set him on fire, please. Just set him on fire. Just set him on fire.
Have we made it to the priest yet?
What?
Oh, I suppose less while you were doing things before, but I suppose less while you're wrapping up your conversation with this particular priest, Durkin Dirtlestride into the church.
Oh dear lord!
I glance around. I glance around and I try to figure out what kind of deity is worshipped here, and I pull out my little trinket for whatever matches whatever this is for.
I whisper over to the priest that I was talking to. Be warned, those two are trouble. Don't believe a word that one says, and that one talks to the wind. Madness.
The gods work in mysterious ways. Greetings, brothers. Do you come for worship?
Well, we seek answers, your pietiness.
Not all who travel are lost.
Indeed. Which is why we found you.
What can I help you with?
Dirk, can you get those books we just bought?
Sure.
Okay, so we stack up the books that we just bought and put them in front of them. We are trying to understand the adventure that we are on, and it's taking us into a variety of fields of study. But there's still one in particular we're trying to find some kind of book or tome or some direction for. Do you have any books on either Odin or Balder?
Oh, well, certainly we keep a list of religious texts in the archives for use in teaching and reference on the gods.
Buy a copy?
It would take some time to have a scribe write one out. What exactly are you trying to figure out? Maybe I can just help you.
We are trying to figure out 3 things. 1, the story of Odin. 2, his connection with Balder. And 3, end-time events dealing with both of them.
Dealing with both Balder and Odin?
Yes.
Well, Odin was Balder's father. It's really quite simple. I think they probably spent some time together, as, father and sons do. Although, honestly, Odin had a lot of children. He's the Allfather. So,
Is he my
maybe I'm
father?
having... maybe, I mean, he's all our father. But maybe I'm having just a wee bit trouble figuring out what you're really seeking.
We are trying to find, well, okay, I'll just lay it straight and you can try to interpret. So we found a cave where Boulder was supposedly sealed away or turned to stone or something because there was someone who wouldn't cry for him. And we felt this little spirit that actually we had to cry into a pot to activate this magical spell. But anyways, this cave had something to do with the history of Odin. Now what we want to figure out is, why is Boulder still captive? And if we were to get the legitimate tear from whoever would not cry for Boulder, will this start some kind of end-time apocalyptic Ragnarokic event?
Well, it's something of a complicated topic. I see your dilemma. You're saying you found some sort of holy site regarding to Baldur?
Yeah, that's
In
it.
his story.
Dirk,
Okay.
can you show him on the map where we found it?
Well,
It's
that's...
right out here.
Well, it sounds like you completed the trial, whatever it may have been. It likely was for you, but perhaps I will have some of the Brotherhood make a pilgrimage. But to answer your questions, Baldur is trapped in hell because he was killed. Hel, or Hela, the mistress of the realm named after her,
Oh, he in the last
is a lonely god by all reports, and she covets her company to an extreme. This is why souls do not come back from the afterlife, is because she lays claim to them, and she does not let go of them willingly. But her mother, Freya, or I should say, his mother, Freya, went and tried to bargain for Baldur's life. And Hel, being jealous of his soul, gave her an impossible task. To have every creature in existence shed a tear for Baldur. Even though it was a nearly impossible task, the gods very nearly succeeded. Including the young god that inadvertently had slain Baldur, in repentance had joined Freya on this search. And indeed, by all reports, they had somehow managed to get every creature to shed a tear, except for one lonely, bitter giantess. One of the very old ones, likely. Giants, from what I understand, are more powerful the closer they are to their origin. And this was a very long time ago. It was actually believed that the giantess was actually Loki in disguise, but as far as I know, this was never proven. But I would almost believe it. God, I'm really good at remembering that story now.
That's pretty good. Does this giantess exist somewhere in the Beastlands in some kind of physical form?
That's kind of hard to say. The world that we live in is kind of shrouded in mystery. It's hard to say how long the gods of our pantheon have even been here. The religions were only brought to the surface a few years ago, you understand. And Although there have been reports of strange shrines that relate to the religion, surely they would have acted before now in this world if they had a presence before. So, in short, I don't think that they are actually native. And to answer your question, I do not think that the giantess is from here. Although, realistically, it's likely in a celestial realm, closer to where the gods live.
So would there
Or
be a
what?
shrine for this?
He kind of. What's that?
Would there be a shrine for this giantess?
No. This is not a god. The giants and the gods were bitter enemies.
Ooh.
The old giants. The oldest giants.
So, do you have any books on the celestial realm?
You mean like Valhalla or Niflheim?
Sure.
I mean, we do have a text detailing the areas of Niflheim. Or, yeah, I think it's Niflheim, which is the area that houses all of the Norse pantheon's celestial presence.
So, let me give you a hypothetical, and then I appreciate your wisdom, wise sage. And I know Dirk does too. And he loves this stuff.
So much.
So, could it be possible for an individual in this fragile form to find some kind of connection to go to one of these Niflheim Valhalla things? And I think off the top of my head, there's also this tree of life thing. We just recently encountered a really big tree. It possessed some kind of divine quality about it. But it died.
What was the first question?
Oh, could someone, in theory, go to these realms in our physical form?
Well, in theory, I guess magic is a very powerful thing, but I don't know how one would accomplish it. Maybe some sort of portal? But, I mean, that's just conjecture. No one I know is powerful enough to transcend the world that we live in.
What about a mage killing dragon?
I mean, who knows what that freaking thing is up to?
Interesting. Well, if you have a copy about the Niflheim realm, I will gladly buy one and give a generous donation to here.
I will have one drawn up for you. I enjoy your company, polite one. Lesk, you should show more respect to your compatriots. They seem like upstanding individuals.
Honestly, I'm surprised.
I start picking my nose and start scratching my butt.
Dirk is just sitting on the ground going, but I'm just sitting.
Oh my.
Trust me. If you knew them as well as I did, you would not be saying that.
How many kids have to die?
So how long would it be before this book is complete?
I would give him until tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my business is done here for now. Thank you, good sir. And I give 50 gold pieces as a donation to
Thank you, my child. The church shall spend it wisely.
While they're all doing that, I just kind of wanted to mention during free time, I would like to peer into that Crystal Druid book and try to find anything that has to deal with a connection in between me and said Druid.
Well, you can start reading it. I'll tell you this much right now. It doesn't appear to be a book directly on that group of druids. It appears to be more of like a historical record of different sects of druids in the area. Like, they seem to be broken into conclaves or groves, which are loose, non-blood oriented family units of like-minded druids. The Crystal Grove you'll have to find in this book after some reading.
Then that's what Dirk will do.
Very well. Dirk is reading a book. Now, Lesk, you procured quarters already and take care of the animals, and Todier has done a lot of work on the cart as well. Let's see, let's jump back to Todier. Todier, you're out looking for a druid, and it took you a few hours to track him down. And he seems to be walking through a wheat field, and it took a bit of a hike to catch up with him. But when you do find him, it's interesting. He is a tiger-based catfolk. And he looks at you with his, cat eyes from 30 feet away. And he says, "Well, howdy, partner. You sure look strange, don't you?"
How's it going? I was wondering if you would know anything about a specific plant.
Oh, plants are my specialty, don't you know? What you trying to figure out there, Mantis? Mantis man?
Wait, do I have
What can I call you?
Toady.
Oh, do you have the seed?
That's when I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Do I know of the seed or who had it?
I don't know. Who had the seed?
Lesk, maybe?
Lesk, I believe, planted his. Did you have both of them, Lesk?
I made sure to grab more than one.
Yeah, there were two. I just wasn't sure who.
I fetched one for Dirtle, and I have the other one.
So Dirtle has the other one?
No.
Well,
I think he planted his, right?
Dirk,
he planted his.
Dirk did. Yeah, Dirk did for the tree.
Dirk did.
Okay, so, Lesk has it.
Okay, well, I'm still going to ask him what he would know about a holy willow tree.
Sorry, one more time?
I'm still going to ask him what he would know about a holy willow tree.
Holy willows. Holy willows. Well, let's see. Willows. Those are pretty sad trees. They're sometimes called weeping willows. You can hear them cry if you know how to hear the plants talk. Perhaps it was a monument to Malor. And he makes a holy symbol on his chest. And he says, "May he rest in pieces."
Pieces.
Who was Mauler?
Yeah. The Well, he was, according to the verbal histories of my grove, the Maller was one of the reasons our world exists. He was one of the creator gods. He was the god of the wild, the hunt. He was nature itself when it came to this world. But the creation took its toll on him, and he was betrayed by some of his own followers. Well, no one really knows what happened, but from the legends, they say that parts of the world are made from his body, and his soul fuels part of the magic that runs naturally or all around us. And he kind of reaches down and uses natural magic to make one of the grains or the stems of wheat double in size, for example. But anyway, willows are a sign of mourning, and if there was a druid willow, then it might have something to do with that.
So they don't contain any special properties or anything like that?
Well, I didn't say that. Where did you say you found this tree?
The Crystal Grove.
Crystal Grove. Oh, yeah. I know that place. Shit, I cannot remember his name. Current Guardian. You know, I never knew why they called it the Crystal Grove. There ain't no crystals in the grove.
Well, would I be there?
No.
You're with Dirk and
No?
Turtle.
Okay.
His name's Eivor.
Gotcha, right.
Agor. Yeah.
Eivor. I was like, hold on.
Igor. Yeah.
Yes, master. No, he doesn't remember the name, not me. Although I didn't really want to remember the name either. But he's like, well, if it was a Druid Grove tree, then it likely had some very special properties to it. You said it was a willow? Yeah, I remember that tree when it was young. I think he said that it was some kind of weapon.
What do you mean by weapon? How could a tree be a weapon?
I mean, maybe I'm just giving away too many secrets. I probably shouldn't say too much. Maybe you should go to one of the groves and earn some trust among some of the elders. And maybe more of your answers will be answered, or questions will be answered.
All right. Well, thank you for your wisdom.
Well, anytime, neighbor. I'm just going around making the grass grow.
And then I would like to go back to the general store and get candlesticks so I can put some candles inside of our cart so we can see our belongings at night.
Cool. 2 silver.
Oh, but I also want, 100 candles. I want a lot of candles, Castle.
Okay, well, they're like a copper apiece.
How many copper is a gold?
100.
So I'll buy 10 gold pieces.
You're gonna buy 1,000 candles.
Nah, this one gold piece. 100 candles. That should be enough, right?
I'm like, you're really gonna buy 1,000 damn candles.
I would.
Listen, buy what you want, but there is a stock.
He
doesn't just have a warehouse full of candles. He's probably got upwards of a couple hundred total, and they're likely, lighting people's houses around here. It's like a normal commodity.
Yeah, I buy 100 candles. Then we can, since I still don't...
So,
Well, I only have dark sight with my visage on, don't I? Yeah, I can't see yeah, so I still don't have dark vision, so yeah, I want those. And then I'll just wait at the cart for everybody else to come back.
so, Lesk, you are going back to the general store when you see a familiar vagrant sitting nearby. He's got a cup hanging out in front of him. He says, "Alms?" It sounds kind of hollow behind his bird-shaped mask. Sorry, did I say Lesk? I meant Todier.
Yeah, I was a bit confused.
Yeah, okay, fuck it, I'll put the 2 copper in there, see what happens.
Sorry, what was that?
It's the guy from well, it wasn't even yesterday, was it? It was earlier today.
Religion check?
Religion.
You trying to see if he's religious or something?
No, I'm trying to see if that's the same guy from earlier.
Oh, yeah. No, it is. That's why I said he's familiar.
Fuck it, I'll put a silver in there.
Thanks, stranger. You want your fortune told?
Yeah, sure, why not?
He brings out a deck of cards, and he shuffles it faster and faster and faster. It's a small deck of cards, nowhere near 52, but he presents the top card to you. And he says, "Go ahead and draw." Do you draw a card? What'd you say?
Yeah. I'll draw.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, I was just making sure I wasn't muted.
Don't show fear.
I draw a card.
He says, "This one is my favorite."
What is it?
So, you have a choice. You can take a reward, or you can draw 2 additional cards.
I don't know if this guy has bad things, so... Fuck it. 2 more cards.
This isn't... Yeah, this isn't him saying anything. You draw the card and you see an image of a jester, and in your mind you know you have a choice. Instant power or a gamble. 2 more cards. You choose to draw 2 more cards and they levitate out of the deck, and the laughter of the jester prevails once again, echoing inside your mind and across the street as the sun goes down. The first card. Please hold.
The suspense, damn it!
I know, I have to look it up.
On this card? No, he's
The
saying
first card is a
please hold the
throne.
card.
The first card is a throne. You gain proficiency in the persuasion skill, and you double your proficiency bonus on checks made with that skill. In addition, you gain rightful ownership of a small keep somewhere in the world. However, the keep is currently in the hands of monsters, which you must clear out before you can claim the keep as yours. This information floods your mind in a painful headache that burns behind your eyes. You know that in the mountains south of here, 105 miles and a half, there is a keep that was once owned by someone who is long gone, and it is yours for the taking. The second card...
Oh, you said that was persuasion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just keeping up.
You gain double your proficiency bonus in persuasion checks.
Yeah.
The second card is the rogue. You have gained an enemy. You do not know who it is. You know that someone out there, for no reason other than the blind luck of cosmic, reality-altering cards, now wants you dead beyond all reason. The cards disappear in a flash, and you are left with a cackling, bird-faced vagrant. And now we're going to take a break. That's a lot to process.
No, actually, a rogue for no reason. There's nothing to say about that. It's unreasonable.
No, it's the rogue card. Essentially, I'll read this to you. A non-player character of the DM's choice becomes hostile towards you. The identity of your new enemy is not known until the NPC or someone else reveals it. Nothing less than a wish spell or divine intervention can end the NPC's hostility towards you.
I feel like it's Kyle.
Dang it, that stupid jester is going to come back.
Does everyone know about the Deck of Many Things?
I do.
That's the deck of many things. I knew you could play with it. I didn't know there was a fucking person with one. Shit.
You didn't know what you were drawing from.
Oh, now I do. Oh God.
I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
but I feel like now
I didn't want to scare you off or anything, and no one said it out loud. But that was high stress for me.
Yeah, you're telling me I almost just got sucked into a cosmic void for no reason.
It could have. Yeah, and you were like, yeah, drop 2 more cards.
Yeah, I was exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yep. All right.
Moon card is an incredible card.
Okay.
Does it make you
Instead,
fight evil?
they got really good stuff. The only thing that was bad was they got the freaking rogue.
Yeah, those were possibly the best cards.
Possibly. Close to.
Because some of the cards are kind of like game breaking, But the rogue, easy story relevance. The throne, that's pretty easy too. And now Dirtle can boast that he's stronger than all of us.
Yeah.
And he's a level above us.
Okay.
If we were playing with experience, it would have been better. It would have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Karen fucking Teed. Do you know how much experience that was worth, Dirtle?
Which one?
The
card you drew.
You said it was 50,000.
Yeah. Do you know how many levels that is?
I think that's at least 3 levels. If you do 1, 2, 3.
Well, yeah. If you go straight from 1, that's like fucking 6 levels, probably more.
So I should be a level 7 or 8.
Maybe higher. But, we don't do that. We're milestoners. So I'm like, oh, okay, you just got more powerful. Level up. What'd you put your level in?
All I gained was a new enemy and language. So now my new favorite enemy is, my new enemy is Dragon, and I can speak Draconic.
Oh. Cool.
If Tony had chosen to gain more power, would you have also given him a level?
Yes, I would have.
Okay.
God damn it.
But yeah,
that's what I
moon
wanted.
Card gives you 3 wishes. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, we're done talking with it because Todier is back. Around this time, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Todier, you find yourself staggering from this warp in reality, and you're looking around, and there's not even anyone else on the street besides you and this strange beggar. And he seems to be settling down from his maniacal laughter into more of like a cackling chuckle.
What are you?
I am an agent of chaos. There's a primal force in this universe. But I say too much. I can't wait to see what you do. And he just keeps going on like that.
Dum dum dum.
I got a score to settle with that bugger.
What do you do, Todier?
Who are you talking to, dude?
Shush, guys. Shush, guys. Sorry, try to enunciate your words. Just for me. Because I don't know.
I don't know enough about these guys. I'm trying to think of what I can do with them.
Yeah, and it's not like, you're the type of person who just attacks unprovoked. I think. Anyway, I guess you could technically do whatever you want, but... So...
What
I don't
are
know.
those cards, and what did you do to me? I can feel a location. That's just mine now? How is that possible?
He takes in a gasping breath of air and continues laughing.
I'm just gonna walk away.
Think like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah,
He's just clapping.
I'm just gonna walk away.
Cool. A couple blocks away, it seems like the people are suddenly, active and moving again, as in there, is a people presence around you, and you make your way back to where Lesk said he was going to take the cart. The rest of you would be heading back at around the same time, and in ones and twos would show up back at your designated meeting position. You can commence your inner dialogue and try and figure out what's going on, or
Guys.
what has happened between you.
Guys, that guy with the cards gave me a house? Fortress? Castle?
What are you talking about?
Well,
You didn't see that beggar again, did you?
Yeah, and I took 3 cards.
oh, he's the best.
Are you okay? A little fainted after or nearly fainted after just one.
I mean, I got dizzy, but now I have a big fortress castle thing. I don't know, we have to go see it. I just know where it is. Here, let me see your map, and then I want to mark it on his map.
While you're doing this, there is a small commotion by above your heads as a magical pigeon carrying a large jewel-encrusted scroll case drops it, and you catch it, Todier. And inside is the deed to the living Ironwood Fortress.
See? The cards!
And it is all very official, inscribed in common, and it has your name on it.
You really did gain dominion over our castle.
Yeah, so now we have a real fortress and the mobile fortress.
I like this.
So, there is a second commotion above your heads, and a second magical pigeon is circling right above you. The only distinction is the look of evil on it. It has some sort of dark aura that you sense.
Ooh,
And it drops its scroll, and it is made of leather. And the scroll inside is written in blood. And it says, "Your time is up. I am coming for you."
I don't like this one as much. And then I'll show it to everybody else.
What were the 2 cards you drew?
Do I remember? Because I don't. I can't remember their names. It was the Joker. Joker or the Fool?
You drew the throne, or the Jester first, which allowed you to draw 2 more cards. And you drew the throne and the rogue, which are now permanently removed from my deck, by the way.
Yes, those. This is the rogue one. Someone doesn't like me now for no reason.
Well, there is a reason. It's just cosmic and understandable.
Exactly. If you can't tell me why you're mad at me, I'm gonna call it no
Nope.
reason.
The scroll does not answer you, certainly, and the magical pigeons have both disappeared into thin air.
Question. I would like to investigate this letter and see if I can tell if anything about the person who wrote it or where it came from.
The letter?
Yeah. And the bag. Or the
scroll case?
Yeah, the leather one.
Okay. Well, oh shit, hold on a second. The scroll case seems to be made out of leather. Give me a nature check.
11.
Yeah, you're not sure what kind of leather it is, but it's really soft, and you have the sneaking suspicion that it was probably humanoid.
Cool. Okay, I want to put the deed to the fortress in the leather one, and then keep the other jewel-encrusted one to sell.
Okay. Very well. Anyone else want to talk about their day?
Well, I come up with my little entourage of friends, and I tell them to wait a short distance away while I go and talk to my clan. I'll be right back. Okay, guys.
Do not betray me.
Of course not. Okay, guys, come here. We have a situation. I'm talking to myself.
No, I hear you.
No, I don't hear you.
Intently.
Okay. They will agree to provide information, but it will cost a price. Did not discuss price. But I think that our little buddy would be good to give to this family. I work for his cousin once. They good people. They strict. They good people. But
So has anyone checked on the child all day? Sorry to interrupt.
I suppose I would have been the closest one to him,
and I would have,
since I had taken the wagon and provided for residency.
And then you went off and you went off to the temple.
Yeah, but I was there putting up the hammocks
not.
also. So after he'd left, I went back to put up
So
the
yeah,
hammocks
pretty
and
much.
everything.
As soon as I left, shortly after Todier was there, did Todier notice that the child was there while he was putting up the hammocks?
It didn't come up in conversation.
It's dead.
Where's the kid?
It's dead. No, it's not dead. Why don't you go and check on the child?
I'll go check. Stay here and don't say anything to that girl.
I was gonna say, anybody want to go that's a little softer?
Give me a perception check. Whoever wants to go and look for the kid.
Do I still have the highest perception check?
It's 11. You notice that he is not in view in the back of the vehicle.
I'll search around the wagon, or whatever it is, cart.
Okay, give me an investigation check. Alright. You catch a scent. Your predator senses switch on, and you hear a shiver and a gasp. He's hiding underneath the cart.
What's wrong, little one?
You about scare him out of his pants. He drops from the axle that he was hanging onto and scampers to the opposite side of the cart.
It's okay. I'm a friend. I pulled the little doll out of my backpack again and tried to give it to him.
Give me a persuasion check. I mean, really, I'm just looking for a charisma-based skill from you.
Persuasion, what?
Yeah, persuasion would be best.
Okay.
Persuasion 23. Excellent. The child seems to take kindly to your tone, finally. You try to make yourself much less menacing than you normally project as a part of your image and your profession. You shrink back your ears. You open your eyes wide. You make yourself seem smaller and less threatening. And you offer the toy to the kid, and it gingerly takes a step forward, then another, and then it goes to grab the doll from you, and it hugs it.
It's okay, little one. Come with me. I have a family for you.
He reluctantly follows you.
All right, we make it back to the group. All right, fellas. Now listen. This family, they're not the strongest, but they do have more connections than I do. And they're not something to be trifled with. They're a powerful family. But I think they can care for the child better than we, and we need information. And also, if we do a family deed for them of helping one of their own, they can become powerful allies
in a time of need. Very good deal this is, but you must play it cool. Don't do anything stupid, especially Possum Boy. Don't say a word.
Hold on. Are you telling us to hand over the child to those people you brought over there?
You look over and you see one. Well, first off, you see 4 wolves. Large, wolfen humanoids, bulky. They seem to have, good style, but perhaps darker versions of normal clothing. Somewhat ill repute, scarred in the face and shit like that. But they are flanking timidly a 3-foot nothing burrowing. Brown furred, he's got one eye, and his hair is in a crest.
I do suppose there's a burrowing with them, but I mean, look at them. Is that really a place that we can send a child? I thought we were going to send them to the people of Noob's Lock.
Impatiently, and upon seeing the child from around the side of the cat, the burrowing starts stomping over, and the wolves hurry to scamper to keep pace. And he says, "I'm not a patient person. Show me the child." And upon hearing his voice, the kid kind of peeks over and he says, "Oh my God, Tommy, give him to me. That is my nephew. Tommy, come here."
Tommy.
And he, dashes or tries to dash off, unless you try to stop him, I guess.
Like dash off towards him or away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards him. He says, "Tommy, are you okay? Have they treated you well? What happened? Where's my sister? Where are the others? Where's our family?" The boy says nothing at all. He's just holding his doll and crying. And says, "What have you done?"
We found this child in the midst of a wreck. They had been assaulted by gnolls, from the looks of what had happened and what was left. I'm sorry to say, but he might be the only survivor.
We found them hiding in a tree. He was scared and alone. I took him with me, 'cause I have family too. All that was left was this little doll.
That was his cousins.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Listen, you did me a solid here. I wasn't the nicest to you earlier because of your attitude, but I owe you a favor. And why don't you take this for your trouble? Get a hold of me if you need anything else. Besides,
Can I whisper something to you?
say what you gotta say.
Would it be possible that sometime during the next week you could set the Possum Boy on fire? I mean, don't burn him to death, but just singe his fur a little.
Consider it done. That one's for free.
Okay. We could.
So, what he hands you, though, is it looks like a fine drawstring bag, and it weighs about 20 pounds. You can't quite tell what's in it by feeling at it, which is unusual for you. Being in your profession, you can normally size things up like that.
What was his name again? I don't think he ever told me his name.
Oh, yeah, you never did ask, did you?
No, I didn't. Well, he doesn't know mine either, so I guess we're even.
No, I do know your name.
He just said.
Oh.
You see Asaites kind of deflate, realizing. No, he says, "My name is Richter."
Your last name wouldn't be Scale, would it?
No, that's my joke.
We do not formally take last names, but I am of this borough. I guess you could call me Richter Salmons-Run.
Okay, Richter Salmons-Run. We will meet again. I still need the information I asked for.
Yes, come to me tomorrow. I'll see to it that it is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I may,
goes to leave. Oh, what?
If I may, one more thing.
Can it wait till tomorrow?
No.
What is it?
Because of my family and this group I go with now. If you ever find yourself in trouble, we will help too.
He gives you a nod, and he does meet your eye and gives you a nod, but he seems mostly interested in consoling his nephew.
Have a good night.
The wolves give you a polite half bow in unison. They still haven't said a word, and they go to follow their boss in a square flanking motion. So the bag is a bag of holding.
A bag of holding that weighs 20 pounds. There must be 400 pounds of stuff in it.
Apples.
No, it always weighs 20 pounds, even when empty.
Like I said, there could be 400 pounds of stuff in it.
Could be. You want to check?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
You try
open
to
it.
dig around in it, or you can't see anything. It is dark.
Dig in it.
I stick my face in and go, hello?
No. Dump it out.
You stuff your face in and you yell hello, and sounds like a small room, maybe with cloth walls.
I quickly
Okay, I'll
pull
feel
Ascites out of the bag. And I say, Ascites, don't do that.
I'll put my
I've
hand
heard
in there.
many legends of people losing their heads and their bodies in demented bags.
Or I'll put my paw in there.
No.
Okay. So you're just feeling around in there, and it appears to be empty air.
Empty air as opposed to full air?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fellas, looks like we've got us a bag of holding here. But I think that went well. Always good to
Why don't
make
you give
friends.
me a intelligence check real quick?
No, this is going to be stupid.
You're not very smart.
Well, come on now.
Ain't a day now.
No, good night.
5. All right, cool. So as you're saying,
I think that went well.
got a
It's
bag of
good to have, we have a bag of holding. It's good to have friends like that. They can come in handy. You just have to know how to talk to people. Sometimes it's a kind word. Sometimes it's a hard word. Sometimes it's with force. And sometimes it's with silence. We did good.
Dirk lets out a huge fart.
Yeah. I really was coughing. That wasn't in character. I got choked. Sorry.
that worked out really well.
Oh,
It's a wonderful smell.
What a boutique.
Back into business? Why?
I love the smell of business.
what?
You're apparently not an entrepreneur, are you? Or in other words, an entrepreneur.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's good.
Could you kindly resist the urge to end my show on poop jokes?
Okay. I can do that.
We can start off with poop jokes, but don't end it on poop jokes. Dear God.
I can't hear anything. What did he say?
Oh my.
You know what?
Okay,
You're just going to have to check it in the replay.
my character will
Okay.
die if I say it again. Suddenly you
I don't know why I
play.
can't
He knows the drill. You're already getting set on fire tomorrow. So, you know.
Yes.
Anyway, so it's been a long day.
Boy.
You learn from Lesk that he has procured lodging for you, alternative to the cart, which is being taken care of. You guys are currently in a very large barn, easily triple the size of a barn you would see in farm country here in the U.S. And you could choose to call it a night, or you could choose to explore more. However, the game is almost over. I'm going to call it here in like 5 minutes.
I heard something about a sweet rave scene.
Damn it, I keep missing out on that. That's so annoying.
I think he's asking about the seed.
No, the nightclubs.
Nightclubs. Oh.
Oh, the night scene.
Would you like to listen for music?
I'm downstairs. My keyboard's upstairs.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I can do
I'll provide the nightclub at the start of next week's game.
Yeah, for sure. Give me a perception check.
Who?
Oh, Jacob. Todier.
I was working on it.
So, you look outside the barn and, like, climb partially onto the side. And you look around thinking, man, what were they talking about? Nightclubs? What is that? And sure enough, in the distance, you see some, like, strobing lights, and you can hear the rhythmic beats of music.
I smell a quest.
Multicolored lights or beams of light, like strobing in the sky.
You smell the colors. You see the sounds.
What were you saying, Jacob?
I smell a quest.
Side quest activated. No, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I guarantee it. Who did we lose? What just happened?
I don't know. What do you mean? Just what?
Anywho, yeah, that's gonna be the last of our session. We're gonna wrap it up here. With Todier on the side of a barn, spying suspicious nightclub-like vibes coming from the distance. But I hope you all have a great night and a great week. I will see you next Tuesday.
Follow us on all major social media, Discord, Twitch, and as always, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week.